bagarre, là c'est du mastoc, c'est pas du ronçal, c'est de la merloc.
C'est bon?
Serait-ce la bagarre? Ok, je suis ad hoc, j'aurai le gros cigare en or, les pare-chocs.
Good morning and welcome to another day on the road on my Spanish and French adventure. I had an amazing night last night. The two people to my right are two of the nicest people I've ever met, ever. Wonderful food, nice company, played some music, had a laugh. It was wonderful, start to finish. Fantastic. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
I have instructions on my fuel tank that Christian gave me of a road that he said is fantastic. And all being well, I will end up in Le Mans. After my ride yesterday, I arrived at Christian and his house, and I had planned basically to go out for food. There's very little space on my bike to carry kind of food. You never really know what the situation's going to be until you get there. And he said, you will like to eat with us? Yeah, that will save me an awful lot of faffing about. He said it would be €5. And I thought, you know what, I'd probably spend more. Well, the other day when I went to McDonald's, it was nearly €15. So €5 to sit home cooked meal, bargain, absolute bargain. You want to see the food I got. Oh my god, it wasn't like a ping meal. It was proper, beautifully home cooked cheese, breads, chicken kind of cooked on a just wonderful. So he sang some French songs which were wonderful, and I sung some of my Irish stuff, which was alright. Well, I just thought everything about them and that evening was one definitely to treasure and to remember. It was fab. I would go back there in a heartbeat. I was talking to a friend of mine, Russ, and I said that I'm going to go to the cafe on the Mulsanne Straight. Many years ago when I came to Le Mans with the 59 Club, we went to that cafe and we had a very nice evening. Anyhow, I thought it'd be nice for old time's sake to go back, have a cup of coffee and then head for Caen. Russ reliably informs me it's now a Chinese. I looked on Google Earth and it's it's not a cafe anymore, and it's not a Chinese. It's shut, permanently closed, gone, finished, gone. Disappointed, big time. Wow, what a road! Christian has, well, come up trumps. Absolutely amazing. I've already done 1 point, so that was the first village, which I'll put on the screen. And I'm on my way to the second point. No idea how you pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. But it's just all really, really lovely. Oh, fantastic! I'm loving it. My dad, bless him, he would have said to my mum, Kathleen, do you think we could get some of them in the trailer? Yeah, Now, my dad did love an open fire, and he loved finding wood that was just lying around, you know. He had a tractor and trailer. In fact, he had several tractors and trailers. Built a couple, rebuilt several tractors, and built a few trailers to go with them. And at the end of every year, he would do everybody's head in and sell the tractor and trailer, and then buy another one. Winter project. And I should turn left, and I can't remember that if that's a droite or a gauche. Yeah, N-O-Y, that's it. It's a left. So this morning, breakfast was a large bowl of coffee, noix, but I asked for some du lait, so café au lait, with bread, and Christian's wife, and for the life of me I can't remember her name, Mario, I think she said her name was. She made a preserve from rose hips. I was like, okay. Tasted fantastic. I wouldn't say I'm a great bread eater, but the bread that Christian went out to the bakers and got this morning was beautiful. It was really nice. Turning left as well. Yeah, the Lude, fantastic. For a moment, it eluded me. Sorry, that's probably not how you pronounce it, but you know. Anyway, we're on the road again, looking for the Lude again, heading to Le Mans, and the cafe is shut, and I don't know, I'm on the road again. Honk, honk. Well, unfortunately, the 24-hour endurance car race is on this weekend, which means everything track-wise is shut or out of bounds. So there's loads of people around because it's a race, and so if you do happen to find a cafe that's open, it's just full of people. So I'm going to trek on my merry way and hopefully find a cafe along the way that's got less people, and this I can grab a coffee. That's one of the first corners there. They come through here, run down that way into a right, then another right into the big long straight. It's out that way. Okay. Oh well, it was not to be. Right. Second exit. We're back on it. And heading for Filets, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. Falaise is Falaise Pocket or the Falaise Gap. After D-Day happened, the Americans kind of went off one direction, off their beaches, and the British Canadian forces went in another direction. Effectively kind of went out and around either side, if you can imagine, and anything that was in between was like a big pocket. But they closed and closed and closed the area down until there was only a small little gap left in the middle where people could get through, effectively the German army that were in the Normandy region. And it was at that point, it was called, there's a village called Falaise, so it became known as the Falaise Pocket or the Falaise Gap. I have been there before, but I just fancy going there again. So just making my way through the town of Le Mans, and didn't think there was anything too exciting to see. Look at that, look. That is an amazing piece of architecture. I'm guessing it's a big cathedral. It's a whopper, mate. It's a big one. Get back out onto those French country roads again. Hopefully find a cafe, which a toilette. Well, coffee has been drank. Unfortunately, no cakeage, just a bar of chocolate. It's a long time since I've had a Lion bar, but that'll do. That'll suffice. Of course, I forgot to mention, I've thought about it a couple of times with the camera switched off. Today is D-Day. 6th of June. So I had the pleasure of speaking to and being in the company of the D-Day veteran, Captain James Townrow, and what an absolute gentleman he was. An absolute gentleman. And he's very much in my thoughts today. Sadly no longer with us. An absolute gent.
As I mentioned earlier, I had planned to go to the museum dedicated to the Falaise Pocket. I think we'll have to call this one being in the right place at the right time, or rather being on the correct road.
Oh, diversion. Wow, it's had a bit of a thwunk on the schnoz.
Turns out that this tank marks a very, very important spot in the Battle of Falaise. At this historic spot, the 1st Polish Armoured Division closed the last escape road out of the Falaise Gap to the German 7th Army, thus playing a decisive role in its destruction and hastening the liberation of France. Well, in brief, and basically that's what the brown sign said, and if you don't believe me, rewind the video, press pause and read it yourself, okay?
It looks like a Sherman, but it may be a Firefly, which is also a Sherman, with just a bigger gun. Not that I'm an expert on tanks, I'm not. I have arrived. She's right. So I'm at the museum dedicated to the Falaise Pocket. It tells a story all the way from the 6th of June up until the 22nd of August. If you're ever in Normandy
and you're passing this way, I highly recommend you come to the museum. It gives you a detailed account. There's a diorama, there's videos, and the staff are more than happy to help with any questions you might have. It's a really good place to visit, and say it does give you a very, very detailed explanation as to what happened from D-Day all the way through, until about the end of August. So I think I shall try and do a little bit of dronage and give you a little feel for how the land lies, and then I'm going to head towards Caen and the digs. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of that. And hopefully my GoPro behaves itself and keeps on working. Anyway, I am now on my way to my digs, because it's getting on. It's getting on in the day. Yeah, it's well worth a visit. It's €6 to go into the museum. Yeah, what can I say? And it's definitely well worth a visit. But there are two bridges that are of equal importance: Pegasus and Horsa. Horsa was taken in or around the same time. And why am I starting today's ride here? Well, this is really where D-Day started.